Hey, Harry Potter fans, Peter Kenneth here. Welcome to the Potter Collector channel. I don't have my wand, sorry. Where we are a community of collectors. Tomorrow, which is Sunday, the 14th of July, the next Potter Collector rare book sale is going to be happening. And it's going to start at 1 p.m. Central Time, which is Chicago time, or 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And I think that is 11 a.m. Pacific Time. And for anyone in the United Kingdom, that would be 7 p.m., I believe, but don't quote me on that. Just double check. Now, if you've not been a part of a Potter Collector rare book sale in the past, this is where you have the opportunity to purchase the top shelf, the best of the best when it comes to rare Harry Potter books. I'm talking signed books. This specific sale is going to be the most packed when it comes to rare books. I have a first printing hardcover of Philosopher's Stone, a second printing hardcover of Philosopher's Stone, a third printing hardcover of Philosopher's Stone, a first printing paperback of Philosopher's Stone. Like, we're talking about the holy grails of Harry Potter books available in this sale. When it comes to signed books, there are a ton to choose from, either books that are signed directly on the page, or book plates or unused book plates, a variety when it comes to signed books, a variety of different signatures from different years. When I tell you there's a lot in this sale, there's a lot in this sale. Okay, now back to if this is your first time participating or seeing a Potter Collector rare book sale. Now, with Potter Collector sales, if you've participated in those before, you know that that is where I sell merchandise and extra things and clothes and stuff that I purchased to sell at future Potter Collector sales to help support the Potter Collector channel. Those items are usually priced less than you would purchase them for, at Amazon or somewhere else. So that sale specifically is great for merchandise bargains. The rare book sales, these books are at market value. In addition to them being at market value with the Potter Collector sales, usually, 24 or 48 hours after the sale has started, I might slash prices. You're not going to see any slashed prices when it comes to rare books. I would rather keep them all in the Potter Collector vaults than let them go for less. So if you're considering it and you're like, oh, usually Peter slashes prices, there won't be any slashing of prices when it comes to these rare books. I will consider offers, but on most of the books, they are priced how they're going to be priced. With rare book sales, shipping is included worldwide, so you don't have to pay extra for shipping. All of the signed books, well, actually 2 of the signed books, which I'll tell you about, when we take a look at the books, all but 2 signed books come with certificates of authenticity from Adam Houston, the Harry Potter specialist, and I'm happy to help you get set up with certificates of authenticity for those 2 books that don't have them if you purchase one of those books. And the reason they don't have a certificate of authenticity is because I added them to the sale after I had placed my order with Adam for the books that I knew would be in the sale. Let's see, what else can I share? Oh, so I'm not selling off my collection. Well, I am selling off some of my collection. So if you see all these books and you're like, oh my goodness, Peter is selling his collection, he's not a Harry Potter fan anymore. Not the case, guys, not the case. The vaults that are protected by dragons are still packed with beautiful, amazing, rare Harry Potter books. Now, the way the sale works, you'll go to thepottercollector.com, and you can actually go there right now if you want to. You won't see the books or the listing page, but you'll see a countdown clock as well as some instructions to kind of fill you in on how the sale is going to work, what you need to do to claim a specific book. But a little rundown for you, the way that you claim a book is by sending an email to sale@thepottercollector.com. Now, I will not be accepting any claims of books until the sale has started. So don't send that email until the sale has started. If you send an email at 12:59 p.m., 1 minute before the sale starts, you are not in the running for that book. If someone sends an email after you and they've sent it, at 1 p.m. when the sale began, they're going to get the book. So make sure you hold those emails until 1 p.m. Central Time or Chicago time. Once you have claimed the book, I will send you an email. So give me some time, because I usually receive a lot of emails at once and I have to sort through them. Just give me some time. And I will send you an email back with a link for payment on PayPal. You can also pay via Venmo if you'd prefer that. But very, very important, I only accept Venmo and PayPal, family and friends. I will not accept any payments via goods and service. PayPal takes a ridiculous fee, and these being some of my personal collection items, I don't want to be paying PayPal anything. I'm trying to think what else. Let's see, we talked about shipping, so worldwide shipping is included with all the prices. We talked about how to claim the book. Oh, the other thing is, when it comes to pricing, double check and make sure that you see what the price is and that you are willing and able to pay that amount before you send your email claiming the book. So in the past, I've had collectors, send an email right away, and then when they see the price, they say, oh yeah, I don't want the book. So just to save you and myself some time, make sure you see the pricing first before you send that email. And if you're like, I don't care what the price is, I need that book, then send that email right at 1 p.m. Central Time. The other thing is I do accept payment plans, but not for the first 24 hours. And the way that payment plans work, the deposit is not refundable. However, it can be used towards something else. If you decide, you don't want to purchase a specific book, that money will just be held for you for a future purchase. If you never purchase something, that money still will not be refunded. So just be aware, if you want to do a payment plan, that any deposits or any payments towards the book or before the final payment will not be refunded, but can be used as a credit for a future book purchase. Credits can't be used for Potter collector sales, where I'm selling merchandise, because that's kind of a different system. But just want to make sure you are aware of that. I do accept payment plans, and it's usually 2 to 3 months maximum, and only after the first 24 hours. So if you see a book that you wanted that hasn't sold within the first 24 hours and you needed to do a payment plan to pay for it, then you can shoot me an email, send me an email, and we will work out the details. So I think that's it. Without further ado, let's take a look at the books. And a reminder, the sale is happening July 14th at 1 p.m. Chicago time or Central Time. All right, so first things first, I'm not going to show every single certificate of authenticity. So I'm just going to show you one. This is the top one. All of the signed books, actually, that's not true. 2 of the signed books, let's just start with those real quick, do not come with certificates of authenticity from Adam Houston. The reason being, he had sent these before I decided to add these 2 books to the sale. So if you would like to add a certificate of authenticity, to this, you could either do it through me and I can contact Adam and have it shipped to you. It'll just be an extra fee. But these are the 2 books that will not come with certificates of authenticity. No worries, they are authentic. If you want to contact Adam beforehand, that's totally fine as well. All right, let's start with this 1999 signed hardcover copy. It's a 26th printing of Sorcerer's Stone, signed during J.K. Rowling's 2nd U.S. tour, which she came to the U.S. to promote Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban in 1999. That was her 2nd tour. Stunning signature. A perfect example of a 99 signature. Got a 26th print number line right here. This copy is in VG Plus or Very Good Plus condition. And the top and the bottom of the spine are really the only issues here. There's just some light rolling at the bottom. See the little slight roll. And then as far as the boards go, they're in beautiful shape. Beautiful, beautiful copy. And the dust jacket as well, with the $17.95 price tag. This book also comes with a Polaroid showing the poster that was present at Borders Bookstore, showing that J.K. Rowling would be signing on Friday, October 22nd at 7 p.m. Okay, so the second book that does not come with a certificate of authenticity, once again, you can get one. I'm happy to help you purchase one after you've purchased the book. This book right here has to be one of the rarest signed Harry Potter books in the world for multiple reasons. One, this is the leather collector's edition of Sorcerer's Stone, which was released in 2000, which was after J.K. Rowling toured in the U.S. and after her 2nd U.S. tour. After that, her signings became a lot more sparse in the United States. So really the only way you could have had this book signed would be to bring it to the United Kingdom or, catch J.K. Rowling at a special event in the United States or something along those lines. And being a book that you could only purchase in the US, not a lot of people brought these to be signed in the UK. Now, in addition to this just being a really, really rare book to find signed, it's double signed, guys. This is a double signed book. Not just double signed, signed to Eva, who happened to be the nanny of J.K. Rowling in 2000 when Goblet of Fire was released. The book itself is in fine condition. Now, this is a real leather-bound book. It comes with the original acrylic protective sleeve or dust jacket. This book is absolutely gorgeous. We've got some slight wear over here, which is normal for these books, I would highly recommend you keep this book in this acrylic dust jacket. Beautiful gold gilded edged pages or text block. And here is the signature page. To Eva, with lots of love and thanks as ever, J.K. Rowling. She also crossed out the title J.K. Rowling here and wrote Joe. That's what J.K. Rowling's friends call her, Joe. Joe or J.K. Rowling. Phenomenal, phenomenal copy. All right, so now that we've looked at those, let me pull this out again and give you an example of the certificate of authenticity that you'll receive from Adam. You get this fun information card from Adam about the item that is now in your collection. And the certificate or letter of authenticity features a photo of the signature as well as a brief description. And it is signed by Adam. And it has a special certification code that can be accessed. And yeah, this is what you will receive with all of the remaining signed books that I am about to show you. All right, let's just go down the list and take a look. There's really no order when it comes to these. This is a first printing of Chamber of Secrets with a signed book plate on the inside. But what's awesome is this is an early book plate that was later changed to the scroll book plate, which I'll show you in a second. There's a scroll book plate in this sale. But this is going to be the original Scholastic book plate, and it was signed in 1999. The book itself is in VG condition, or very good condition. There's some light shelf wear at the top and bottom. Minor denting to the corners. And this is the original dust jacket for a first printing. It's missing the year 2 on the spine there and has the $17.95 price tag. Now the book plate itself is attached to the book. And this is one of the original Scholastic book plates that J.K. Rowling signed early on. And that signature, oh my gosh. This almost feels like a transition signature from 98 to 99, which is actually quite possible, but definitely has a feel of a 1999 signature. Actually, as I'm looking at this book, I'll keep the condition marked as VG, and it's priced as such, but it's potentially a VG plus as I'm looking at it. Next up, we have a fourth printing copy, a fine fourth printing copy of Sorcerer's Stone, which is paired with one of those book plates I just showed you. However, the book plate has never been used. And this is a 1998 signature. So this would have been signed during J.K. Rowling's first US tour. It still has a little bit of that W in there. So J.K. Rowling's early signatures, she signed them J.K. Rowling, but there was a little bit of W in the signature itself. So this would be considered a mid-1998 signature. It's still in transition, but she's removed those 2 periods in between the J and the K. This is unused, you guys. Now, I highly recommend to whoever purchases this to not stick this in the book. Leave it unstuck. Leave the original backing on there. You could frame it if you wanted to, but I wanted to pair it with a really gorgeous book. And this one right here is an early 4th printing, which is the last printing that you would find J.K. Rowling on the spine. It was later changed. At the 5th printing, it was changed to just Rowling at the top. But this copy is stunning. Wait until you see the book. Look at how sharp the top of that spine is. And look at how sharp the bottom of that spine is. This book is unread, very clearly unread, and perfect. And of course, it has that original dust jacket, $16.95, with J.K. Rowling on the spine. Now, this book would have come out around the same time that this book plate was signed, so that's why I paired it with this specific one. And I just want to remind you, any of the books that I'm now showing that are signed will come with a certificate of authenticity from Adam Houston. Next up is a first printing hardcover copy of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. This features a book plate. This is that scroll book plate that I was telling you about. They transitioned from, that white one to this one. The book itself is in fine condition. Very beautiful. And it is indeed a first printing. Dun, dun, dun. Now, the reason I paired this book plate with this Half-Blood Prince book, this is a 1995 signature variation. Very few of these book plates with this signature variation were released with the Half-Blood Prince book. This one is also not removed from the backing. I would highly recommend you not remove it because that will make it a little less valuable. So just keep it with the book nice and safe, or frame it and display it if you'd like to. This is another special book. Well, they're all special books, but this one's a pretty special one. It's probably one of the most beautiful editions ever released. This is the deluxe cloth-bound edition, released by Bloomsbury in 1999. And this first printing copy of Philosopher's Stone was signed in 2000. The book is in fine condition. Here is that 2000 signature and that first printing number line. Gorgeous copy. Gold gilded pages with that bookmark in there. Gorgeous. All right, we have a first printing, flat signed copy of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This book is in VG condition, or very good condition. The spine has a little bit of wear, and the corners are starting to fray a little bit. So we've got a little bit of wear on the corners, a little curling as well. A lot of curling on the bottom, and the corners are starting to fray just a little bit. This was also signed in '99 during J.K. Rowling's second U.S. tour. Here is the signature and the first printing number line with the original dust jacket, $17.95 price tag, and no number 1 on the spine. All right, moving right along. Next up is a paperback version of Sorcerer's Stone. This specific book is a second printing. It's in fair to good condition. There are a lot of dog ears on the front and the back cover. I mean, it's kind of minor, but like this is a pretty major one here. And then the back cover as well. Just some pressure marks. The spine is creased. And then on the inside, we've got a little bit of separation here at the spine, but we also have this. Another beautiful 1999 signature. Here's that second printing number line, and this book definitely would have been read. What's odd about this book is it's pretty rare to find paperbacks that J.K. Rowling has signed because everyone wanted the hardcovers signed, or were reading the hardcovers. So when you find a paperback that has an authentic signature in it, just the fact of it being signed makes it pretty rare. We have a first printing of the 25th anniversary edition of Philosopher's Stone, and this is paired with one of these signed Hogwarts Express cards. Now, this is not a book plate. It does not have a sticky side. It does feature J.K. Rowling's official hologram, and this would have been signed post-1997 because that's when she started using this specific hologram. Lovely signature. Again, this would be a great item to have framed on your wall or just paired with this book. The book itself is in fine condition and a first printing. We have another book plate and another unused book plate. Now, there's something special about this copy of Half-Blood Prince. The dust jacket has been signed by the illustrator Jason Cockcroft, and it was also dated 05, so he signed this when the book was released. Many of these were handed out. Many people have stuck them into the books. Once again, I'm like a broken record, but I want to make sure you guys know if you're going to be purchasing these, I don't recommend you unstick this book plate and pop it into the book itself. You're welcome to do whatever you want, but I would highly suggest that you just leave it loose because this book plate is worth more unused than it is used and stuck in a book. This copy is, again, a first printing and in fine condition. It's really nice to have it paired with that illustrator signature as well. All right, 2 more signed books, and then we'll get into some ultra, ultra rare copies. This is another book plate. This is the white Bloomsbury Children's Books book plate. Now, these book plates were often sent out to bookstores as incentives or to be used as giveaways or sent out when J.K. Rowling wasn't able to sign a book for someone. If they had sent it in or sent a letter, she would send a book plate back. And this one, again, is unused, unstuck, and it is paired with a later printing paperback copy of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. And last but not least is this, I believe, 22nd printing of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Yes, a 22nd printing. This book is in fine condition, fine unread condition, I should say. The top of the spine could not be any more perfect. The bottom of the spine has some very, very light rolling, but holy cow, that has to be one of, if not the best, top spine conditioned books I've ever seen. It's flawless. Not a single dent, not a single roll, just some light wear on the bottom, light rolling, light JK rolling. The corners are perfection. This copy is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal, as is the dust jacket. I mean, look at that. Look at that perfect dust jacket. And I think actually the bottom's, yeah, the bottom is nice too. No rolling on the bottom. Now the signature, holy moly cannoli, is this a beautiful signature. Ready for this? Look at that. A stunning, stunning 1999 signature in a copy of Sorcerer's Stone. Perfection. This book is perfection. All right, let's take a look at some ultra, ultra rare Harry Potter books. Now, we've had this book in past sales. It's not sold yet. Still waiting for a new owner, the right buyer. Briefly, I'll show this. This is the uncorrected proof of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, the purple variation of the proof. Beautiful copy. This is really the only issue with it is this spotting on the back, almost like bleaching. It's not anything that can be wiped off or rubbed off. I'm sure a restorer could do something to it, but it's really best just left alone. Absolutely stunning piece. Now, the purple proof was the first variation. We had the purple proof as well as a green variation, which had some minor changes to it. All right, here we go. Let's go with the paperback first printing of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. This was released simultaneously with the hardcover. This copy is in fine condition. The only thing to note is this little separation of the cover artwork, but besides that, this copy is flawless and unread. Very, very important. The word philosopher has to be missing an O between the S and the P, so philosopher. This is a first printing error point, as well as the fact that wizardry and witchcraft are flopped. It should be witchcraft and wizardry. Look at how tight this binding is. Like, I'm not opening this up any further than this. There's that first printing number line. And then on page 53, we'll find another printing error or a first printing issue point. See how one wand is listed twice, once at the top and once at the bottom. Absolutely stunning. Next up, we have a hardcover third printing of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Now, the third printing was the first to feature a dust jacket. So the first printing and second printing, which you will also find in this sale, were not issued with dust jackets. This copy is in fine condition. Look at that spine. Look at that thing. Little tiny dent there. Here is the third printing number line from 10 to 3. And this is the original dust jacket as well. There was a first issue of the dust jacket, and the way you can tell if it's a first issue or not is the missing comma between the name and the age, right here and here, and the non-italicized Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or title of the book, or italicized Harry Potter here. We are coming down to the end, and the rarest books have been saved for last. This is a hardcover, second printing of Philosopher's Stone, and it is in VG Plus to fine condition. Look at this thing. Probably closer to VG Plus for my standards, but many booksellers would consider this fine. Absolutely beautiful. So here's an example of the error that was changed. So philosopher is spelled correctly, and then Witchcraft and Wizardry are in the correct order. Now, it's been estimated that there were 1,000 of these printed, and the second printing was printed very soon after the first printing, which I'll show you in a second. And with the second printing, they fixed all of those first printing issue points or errors. So, for example, here on page 53, we'll find that only one wand is listed. See that? So the thought is that they stopped the first printing mid-run in order to fix the book, fix those errors, and then continue the printing. However, they had to then start a new printing run, which would have been the second printing. So collectors have wondered if originally the first printing, again, which I'll show you in a second, was supposed to be 1,500 copies because there were 500 of those printed and then about 1,000 of these printed. This is an exceptionally rare book. Exceptionally rare, and also kind of a bargain when compared to a first printing. So if you want something that was printed just days to even like a week after the first printing, this may be a really good option for you. All right, last but not least, we've got the first printing of Philosopher's Stone, one of 500 copies, the Holy Grail of Harry Potter books. And it comes in this really nice clamshell box or case. Now, the hardcover of Philosopher's Stone, as I mentioned, had 500 copies. 300 of those copies were sent to libraries, with the remaining 200 sent to bookstores. This is one of the 200 that were sent to bookstores in the United Kingdom. So the story of this book, the original owner of the book was a teacher in Wisconsin and traveled with his wife to the United Kingdom in 1997 to purchase English literature for his classroom library. The bookshop owner suggested or recommended this book. They purchased it, read it, and loved it, and it was read by school children for years in his classroom library. Ultimately, the book was retired and then sold to me. You'll find all of the first printing issue points, including the misspelling of philosophers, the flipping of wizardry and witchcraft. Before we look at condition, let's just show those issue points. Here is that number line 10-1, and on page 53, one wand is listed twice. Now, I'm really, really careful with this book. I don't like to open it up too wide. Even though it's been opened wide a lot, it now being retired, the spine doesn't need to be overused. But condition-wise, there's some wear on the spine and the corners. Here's the spine. Corners. The bottom and the top. This side of the text block. Now the film on the front cover has been removed. So there's like this little film. You can see it here, actually. This film covered all of the books. So, for example, like even this paperback has that film on it. But the film is still present on the back cover, which is pretty rare for a book in this condition. Now, on the inside, there is a code written on the top. This, again, was the previous owner's private classroom library. So he owned all of the books, but he did have one of these little library tags attached so that the kids could check it out. Library of Joe Jacobs. And if I'm not mistaken, there is one page somewhere that has that Library of Joe Jacobs stamped on it, but I can't find it. But guys, my goodness, to hold this book, one of the original books that were released before anyone knew about Harry Potter, and then add the story to this specific copy, where it was brought from the United Kingdom to the United States, before anyone in the United States had even read Harry Potter, because Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone was published in the United States in 1998, so 1 year after this book. Then add the fact that children, potentially learned how to read with this copy. So many children enjoyed the Harry Potter stories from this copy right here. It feels so incredibly wonderful in your hands. Wonderful and magical. Now, there are two options in this sale. You can either purchase this book by itself or purchase an entire first printing set of the books. Now, I'm not going to show you the Goblet of Fire through Deathly Hallows books because those aren't like super rare, and these are the two that matter the most. Well, these two as well as the, the first printing of Philosopher's Stone. But this is a first printing of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. It is in VG Plus to fine condition. Gorgeous copy. Also with the original dust jacket. Missing that comma, as well as the italicized title of the book. There's that number line. And this is a first printing, first state, first issue of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban in fine condition. Like, there's not a single flaw on this book. And the way you can tell if it is a first printing, first state is, of course, the number line. Oh, hold on, this is the second state. Let me go get the first state. Here we go. Here is the first state, which is also fine, perfect condition. And absolutely stunning. The dust jacket as well. Is this one signed? Oh yeah, this is signed by Cliff Wright. So this dust jacket also comes signed by Cliff Wright, the illustrator of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. So the way that you can tell, so condition-wise, this is typical with booksellers. That's not the price, by the way. That was the price from a long time ago. But it's typical with booksellers is they will use pencil on the front end paper to write some information for when it comes to rare books. So we've got that first printing number line, 10-1, Joanne Rowling listed, not J.K. Rowling. The second state, which I just showed you, will say J.K. Rowling if it's a second state. And also within the first state, we have some dropped text. At the word burnt, the text drops down. It should be up here. In that second state, it is fixed. So this is that first printing copy of Prisoner of Azkaban. Now, the only way that I will sell this book as well as the first printing Chamber of Secrets is in that full set. So I will not be selling these two books separately. If you'd like to purchase these, they will only be available in a full book 1 through 7 set with the first printing copy of Philosopher's Stone. Well, those are the books. So you have the opportunity to add some amazing pieces to your collection. Or if you're like, I've been waiting for a signed book and, it scares me to buy books on eBay because I don't know if they're authentic and I don't know how to tell the difference, I'm here for you. Adam's here for you. And this is a great opportunity to add a signed Harry Potter book to your collection. Once again, the sale is happening this Sunday, which is July 14th at 1 p.m. Central Time or Chicago time, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. I don't know what my hand's doing. This is not 11 p.m. 11 a.m. Oh my goodness, 11 a.m. Pacific time or 7 p.m. In England, that region. But again, double check your time zones to make sure that I am correct in what I'm saying. If you have any questions about Harry Potter or collecting, feel free to leave a comment down below. I'm also happy to answer as many questions as I can about these specific books when it comes to condition or where they came from. Price, I will not be answering. You'll have to wait until the sale for that. Not all of them are priced yet, but any other questions, leave them down below. You can also join the Potter Collector community on Instagram at The Potter Collector, on Twitter, now known as X at Potter Collector, or on Discord. The official Potter Collector Discord is linked down below. Now it's time to like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, I'll see you guys on Sunday. Keep collecting. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're new here, welcome. We cover all things Harry Potter on the Potter Collector channel, like books, merchandise reviews, unboxings, Wizarding World of Harry Potter videos, and more. If you would like to subscribe, you can click right here. You can also check out a previously posted video right around here. If you have any questions about Harry Potter, feel free to leave a comment down below. I am happy to help. But for now, I must go. We'll see you next time.
Whoa!